because that's kind of what you start out as. So before private, you hit cadet. So after you get verified, which is a simple system where you just say you look at the rules, acknowledge it, then you're in immediately. Like there's not like a whole like process where you have to wait hours or days to actually get in. All you have to do is just verify, and then you're good to go. So when you're a cadet, you can only do basic training, and you only have to do that once. So you're required to do that's gonna be like a kill house. Capture the flag scenario, learning the basics, all that type of stuff. Communication is always important, so that's why we always make that and drill that under a cadet. Then when they go to private is when you can get an MOS, is where you can actually go to full-on events, and that's kind of how it works. Now with cadets, we don't have a whole lot of DIs, we only have Tom and Alfie. So predominantly I'm just doing one-on-ones with cadets. So like Cloudy, Operator, all the other people, I just schedule one-on-one time with them. So that's kind of what I've been doing. Anyway, so general orders to follow:
stay off the base grass.
Get the DI's ass. They'll all come at you and rush you if you touch the grass. If he's actually making a system, if you touch the grass, it's gonna make an alarm in the DIs. They're gonna come over there and start yelling at you because you've got to touch the grass. So it's a meme rule, but I like to have it because I think it's a pretty fun rule. So. As I said, field caps and training, raising recruitment for official events. So if there's, say, like recruitment, we want to look the best as possible, so berets are a thing. Now, since you all have clipboards, you can use your off-duty with a beret in recruitment. So you can showcase your model, you can do all that, you know. I'm going to be listing, like, all the models, besides your head, the hair, you know, all the customizable portions. So that way it's, you know, it's easy. Everyone can like join in without being lagged out. Right now, these models are like 1/3 the size of the INM models, which is or 1/4 model size. So we have that going for us at least. So they do load in a lot faster, and you don't lag when they load in. So combat uniforms can be used or allowed by the host. So say like if I say you can use combat uniforms, then everyone can use them, right? If you don't want to, if the host doesn't want to, then no. But if we're, say like right when I said the announcements of the event hostings, if someone says come in combat or come in off duty, that's where you're going to be going, right? Now before events or fun events, you can have the beret, no hat on, or the field cap on. So before events, doesn't matter, you can wear anything you want. Or fun events, you can wear the combat, off duty, doesn't really matter. So those are the one thing. Now, obviously faces, all four of you I assume should know faces. It's left, right, about, front face. I'm not going to elaborate over that much because everyone here should know those. Formations. Now, formations are exactly kind of the same with the INM. So you have wedge, rank, double rank, staggered rank, diamond and box, column, and double column. We don't have staggered column because I don't really see it being used that much. Because we're going to be fighting against mostly medieval individuals, bows, swords, shields, spears, magic. Yeah, well, apparently we're going to fight people with magic, but you know, gun go boom boom, people, big explosion, like that. You don't have to worry about people coming close to you. You know, guns are mightier than sword. But everyone should know at least the formations, faces, right? So, the good thing is we have 4 people here, so that's actually good. Can you give me a staggered rank? There you go. Give me a column mod droner. Can you give me a wedge on droner? For that sake, actually, I might say like tight or loose wedge, since they never explained on the INM. I'm gonna actually have a thing for it, because at least you can tell if you want a tight one where people can't go in between, or a loose one where people can go in between double. But I'll implement that later, so you don't have to worry. Double column. So by the way, Solo's gonna make the
move.
By the way. Yeah.
Hello.
Solo, go ahead and get in front next to.
No, Solo, you make the double. You make the second column.
I lost
so
the ability to move. The fuck? Oh,
Oh,
I was. Finally.
got it? You good?
Good.
Okay. Rank? Okay. Diamond box are pretty simple. Can someone tell me which one's the VIP?
PTS.
Yes, Mr. Rolex?
The diamond is the VIP.
Alright. Can someone tell me what the box is?
PTS.
Yeah, I'm gonna go solo.
The box is for prisoner.
Yeah, good. Now, when it comes to column, double column, obviously, there's not like a Gmod or like people will go through each other. So marching and double column and double column will only be like simply. It's not gonna be anything else with that. So don't worry about that. Double rank is kind of more of like if we have too many people, we're not gonna have divisions. I mean, we're gonna have people like in units, right? But that'll be the only cases if we actually divide it. Say like Sola, you have your own unit to handle, right? Or say if you're senior enlisted or higher, senior enlisted can lead squads of junior enlisted, and that way they would have like their own like ranks, like double ranks, stuff like that. So that's kind of how it works. Okay, so it's pretty simple. I mean, face the formations, nothing really too like self-explanatory. Now, role positions. So you have the MOS roles that can be given out at OR1 once you can apply for a uniform. And there's specialist roles that can be attained at OR3 lean private. So when you hit OR3 or OR2 for peacekeepers, I made it lower because they don't have they're completely different than a lot of the other specializations. But when you hit OR2, you can be a peacekeeper. OR3, you can join logistics. You can try for DIs, military police, all this fun stuff. So that's kind of how it works. So as soon as you hit R1, you can pick from several things: marksman, support, medical, transportation, right? And then specialist, you hit that, you can start asking unit officers to begin training for a specialization from the group, right? So that's just additional duties to the line. Let's say drunner, he's for wargaming. So they deal with roleplay and actually making roleplay events, plots, stuff like that. Well, you have Solo over here who's medical. They deal with a lot of roleplay for medical, especially like in roleplay. If you're dead or dying in the ground, they can help you there. But war planning is one thing. Logistics deal with the currency system, but they're also going to be the R&D division. They're also going to give them R&D aspect as well that they can like oppose things. Officer peacekeepers, military police, and then drill sergeant. So out of all of them, military police and drill sergeant will be the hardest ones to get in, especially when you hit R&D. But it's going to be very, very difficult to get in those the last two positions. Okay, so. When it comes to actually, by the way, Mr. Rolex, can you tell me your grade and rank? I forgot to do this.
OR1 private.
Planks, grade and rank.
OR1 private.
Sola, grade and rank.
Or 9.
That's the grade. What's the rank?
Sergeant.
Warrant officer. Warrant officer.
Warrant officer.
Yeah, it's sergeant's or 5. Close enough.
Yeah.
My
It's
apologies.
4 ranks off. That's fine. Drunner, grade and rank.
Over 9 warrant officer.
Okay, alright. So, whenever you get your grade, that's how much you get. So, when you attend trainings, official events, like say, like if we're doing an event with, say, allies, or we have recruitments, or like any of those things, any official like events, you will be getting what you're getting for your pay essentially, and that's used for the shop that we have, right? To actually get customization. Let's say Rolex. Once you get enough, you can get a haircut, so you don't have to have short hair, long hair, or medium hair, so you can have multiple ones. When you hit senior listed, then you get that option by default, so you can like get your own hair when you hit sergeant. So.
Can I get a Rolex?
It's gonna be in the shops eventually. That's your you can buy trinkets. That's how it works. So, the essentially goes up by what rank that you have. So say privates will get 2 yen and 3 yen, and it keeps going up by every rank. So say when you hit sergeant, you're gonna have 5 yen, right? And it just keeps going up by that. So every time that you get a promotion is when you're gonna get that. You're gonna get that sweet bump in actually gaining currency. So another thing, when we do recruitment, since obviously, you know, I don't know why this hasn't been implemented, but I'm doing this for a reason. If you don't actively, okay, so say like if you have a, if you have the host, right, or say like a squad leader, and the squad leader sees you just staying around with your, you know, when you're jerking yourself off in the corner, you're not going to be getting merit, or you're not going to get your pay, essentially. So if you're like actually recruiting, and they just see you in the corner, or talking to yourself, or actually you're not going up engaging people and getting, then you're not going to get your pay, you're not going to get your merits, essentially. So that's kind of how it is. So they force you to actually go out and recruit, instead of just being there and doing jack shit. That's kind of how it works. So, anyway, moving on. So that's kind of how pay grade works. It's dealt with by logistics, so they'll be the people to go to. But also the bot channel, if you go all the way down at the bottom of the Discord, you can also check how much you currently have. Now, I also want to say one more thing about like the actual shop itself. If you do plan to go and like pay something, always check what you have. If you have over the amount, like myself or Alfie will contact you and say, listen, you have to remove one of the items that you purchased, or hey, you don't have enough currency. We're gonna deny you until you have enough currency to actually pay for it. That's kind of how it works. So, more customizations, it's up to you. The more that you actually want to attend events, that's kind of how it works. I think that's a good way. So, also, when it comes to uniform changes, everything's Sunday. So if you don't get your uniform, or if, say like if you're, say like Flint, right? Instead of transportation, you immediately go for medical, right? Well, it doesn't work like that. You still have to wait until this Sunday to actually get your uniform update. That was just like a problem, and it's glitched or broken. Then we'll fix it. But if not, everyone essentially gets their malls on Sunday. That's what I've done with the last Sundays, and that's all. A lot of work, so. Okay. A lot of information down. Does anyone have any questions so far of all that? I have a lot of information.
No, sir.
No?
I have no questions.
Okay. So, now we have 2 roles. Both of them are rated. We have drill instructor rated and instructor rated. Instructor usually just means we can teach OA, like from NCO to officer, while drill instructor is a bit different. Now, drill instructors, they're essentially the training individuals and the recruitment officers. So they deal with not only recruitment, but also basic training for the cadets, or just training in general. So if you get someone who's trusted with being a drill instructor, they can actually do events for basic trainings or teaching people how to actually do things. That's kind of how it works. NCOs or unit officers, they can only do unit events. But since we don't have actual officers or DIs, they can pretty much do any event that they want for the time being. So if you're a unit officer, you can do whatever. Officers are kind of the thing where if you hit second lieutenant or up, you can do any event. It doesn't matter. As long as it's not like plot events, because that's only like one time a month that we'll do plot events. But we're still making maps, so it's going to be a little longer. So, let me kind of reiterate. DIs pretty much do the bulk of recruitment and training, all that good stuff. While NCOs, they mostly do their unit events. And then officers, they can pretty much do whatever they want when they hit second lieutenant. That's kind of how it works. Moving on. So junior and senior. So if you guys see, there's both a junior and senior ranking. So when you're a cadet through being private, you're called a junior. Once you're a 5 sergeant, sergeant major, that is a senior enlisted. So there's 2 differences between both of them. As a junior enlisted, you're the backbone of the group, right? Usually you're the tip of the sword, making sure, you're the most serious individual. As senior enlisted, you're tasked with being and assisting officers. You can be squad lead, you can assist people with doing plot events. You're essentially people that they look up to when you're doing that. So, when it comes to junior and senior, those are the main differences. You can actually assist and do things because you're more of a senior member compared to everyone else. Right? So, say like Rolex, if you were a sergeant, right, and say like you have, because actually, let's take if you're a master sergeant, right? And you know a lot about, like, say, like, trainings, right? Then say, like, if the host had to leave, or the host, like, needed assistance, you can always step up and help, because you're a senior enlisted. That's kind of the differences that you have. So senior enlisted get a little bit more opportunities with actually helping events. And next, they're kind of like more of a utility for NCOs or officers. So, let's go over field promotions, because that's also another thing that's actually a big thing compared to the INM. We don't have promotion ceremonies, and I really hate because they bastardized the fuck out of my baby that I made. It's really unfortunate. But field promotions, there's two types. There's field promotions and promotion boards. Field promotions are for cadet to lean private. At the end of the event, or at the beginning of the event, once everyone is lined up in rank, the command staff will ask the person to step forward to that achieve a promotion, step forward to receive his rank. So say, like, if Flanks, I told you to take a step forward, like, say, Private Flanks, take a step forward, you would, and then I would present you, would come up, salute you, you salute me, I would take a picture of you saluting, and that essentially would go into the promotion. So I think it not only shows the person, but it also shows them that, like, because everyone's, like, looking at them, right? So when it comes to this, I do this for a reason. So if you see a command staff member on, like, say, me, Offie, anyone else, if you see them, then that probably means that either A, they're watching the event, or B, they're going to be the one giving a promotion. So it always kind of, like, gives a sense of, hey, maybe I'll get promoted. Who knows? So that's how field promotions work, right? Now, promotion boards work different. When you hit OR5 Sergeant, you will have to be tasked to actually go up and, like, check your merits. And if you have enough merits, you can apply to see, hey, can I apply for promotion board, right? So, say, like, Sola, if you were a sergeant, right? You would ask, say, okay, how many merits do I have? So say every promotion after, like, when you hit sergeant, is going to be 10 merits. So say, like, oh, you have 10 merits, Sola. So you can ask to apply, or, like, say an officer, okay, well, Sola, Sergeant Sola wants to apply for promotion. And that's how it works. So not only we incorporate roleplay, but we also do it in a way where you actually have to, you're responsible to come up, ask for the promotion. You want to stay a sergeant? You can be. We're not forcing you to actually get promoted, right? We're not automatically promoting you for a reason. You actually have to come up and ask us for promotion. Now, it's kind of productive because, you know, usually you don't ask promotions, right? But we do that in a way where we're responsible, but there's also role-play in it as well. Because we also take a look at, okay, well, did you get red enough? Do you feel like you deserve the promotion? Because you got, like, say you had, like, if you got into drama, would that negatively affect you and actually getting a promotion? That type of thing. So, that's kind of how it is. So, how it works is that you're going to have, like, either officers, NCOs, and the command stuff with the promotion board, because obviously do something like being outfit do, right? That's kind of how it works. We sit you down and, like, in an office, and we just talk to you about, okay, well, the simple questions. It's kind of like a job review in a way. We ask you questions and how you think about getting promotion, what makes it better, and stuff like that. So that's kind of how it works. Now, does anyone have any questions for that? Because I know promotion boards is a lot different, but I'm kind of trying to implement something else.
No questions here, sir.
Any questions?
Nope.
No questions
Okay.
on this.
All right. So I do want to say that there's three possible outcomes for promotion boards. It could be denied until you fix whatever you need to be fixed. It'll be under review if the board needs more time to think, right? And that usually result in a field promotion. Or you'll be accepted and promoted at the end of the meeting. And it works in the same way. You'll salute, we'll take your picture, and they'll put it in field promotions, just like everyone else. So, next, if you want to become a non-commissioned officer, or if you want to be an officer, you have to be sponsored. So sponsors are a new thing that we're doing. So that way, people could be like, they can vouch for you, essentially. So say, like, if you want to become an NCO, someone who's already completed NCO-ship and is an NCO themselves, like, say, Schroeder wants to sponsor Mr. Rolex. I don't know why he would do that, but he could possibly do that.
Yay. Nobody likes me.
So, when it comes to... I see it, Mr. Rolex. So, when it comes to that, say, like, if you want to become a sponsor, essentially it's that you're putting the... Say, like, if they fuck up, we can make fun of you. It's like Jordan, how could you? You sponsored Arista Rolades, and we're all gonna make fun of you because of that. So that's kind of how it works. So say like when it comes to sponsors, you can ask for a sponsor for anything. So say like Drunner, he's the head of war planning. Say if Flex wants to go to war planning, right? Then Drunner could sponsor him, and that could lead him thing. Or maybe another senior member of war planning, that also works for that, right? So that's kind of how it works. Now, I will say another thing as well. Command staff cannot give sponsors. I'm doing that so they cannot promote nepotism, you know? Because say like if I give sponsors, like that's a shoe-in because no one wants to go like. I know Drew's gonna trash talk to me, but I know majority of the people won't say a damn thing about it when it comes to that. So that's one of the main things that I'm trying to trying to do. So field promotions, sponsors, command staff cannot get sponsors. Okay. Now when it comes to people, if they want to become like a second lieutenant, we don't have a bunch of those, so we can give sponsors for the time being. That's the only loophole. But if we have a lot of people, then command staff will not. Now, let's move on to, let's see, I need to change that. It's not MLS, it's specialist. Okay. So, now if you take pictures, Runner, then get some fat pictures.
Trying to make me look skinny in the
So
pictures.
do you think he is the picture man. Now, when it comes to unit officers, there's both MOS and specialty officers or spec officers. Drunner's a spec officer, while Solo's an MOS officer. Literally, they're different titles, but they have the exact same power. So pretty much everyone's on equal terms, right? We just call them up by unit officers. So I don't want to make two roles based on, oh hey, this person's an MOS or this person's a spec officer. They can just tell you that by default. I'm not going to make a role just for those. But they're just like all around called unit officer. So, let's see. Oh, so one more thing. When you hit OR3 link private, to say, let's use Tom as example. To say like if there is an OR3 link private that gets into the military police, they'll be classified as a trainee, right? So they're restricted and they're assistants essentially. So they're the people that go and like help and build experience. So you'll have the trainee title when you hit when you actually first get into like a specialization. So war planning, you're gonna be a trainee. Military police, you're gonna be a trainee regardless if you transfer over. You're not gonna immediately be a full member. So when you hit sergeant, then you can apply to be a full member. Everything applies, you still have to do work, you still have to go through everything, especially the military police because you get a lot more shit, essentially, you know, you get a lot more responsibility, so we're making sure that you have that, right? Instead of like Solo right here, MLSs don't need a training role, they're just how it is, right? Specializations with Drunner though, is another case. With him as a trainee, they can applied to be a full member. So say if you get a fuck McGee, private sergeant first class, we use Rolex over here because, you know, he's a prime example. What if he decides to, oh, hey, you know, I'm going to, instead of become military police, I'm going to apply to become war planner. So if you're a sergeant first class, you're still going to be a trainee regardless. So, good luck. that's kind of how it works. Because we have the minimum rank being sergeant, you can apply for a full member. You can apply, but most likely they're going to turn you down because you have no experience to show to say that you can apply to be a full member, right? That's just how it works. I'm not allowing it any other way, so fuck you. It's not working. So, any questions? No?
No, sir.
I have no questions.
Right.
Nope.
It's a lot of information, right? But then again, it's mostly just because you know, it's a new thing. You know, we're all like influenced by the INM, but hopefully we can get unbrainwashed by his evil ways. Man Ray.
Yeah, 3 years, yeah.
3 whole years, which one? Okay, so when it comes to me, I'm in the Division Aide. I essentially so when it comes to me as roleplay, I'm the Division Aide. Since there is a Lieutenant General in the actual anime itself, I essentially get stuff down and then sit it down to Alfie, then Alfie sends it down to everyone else. He's the base commander, that's his title essentially, right? Now, right now, we're the 4th company. So, I mean, if you check your clipboards, it will say 4th company on there. So that's kind of how it works. So every time that, like, the more members that you get, it will upgrade to, like, a battalion. Like, you'll just continuously get bigger, right? So the more people that we have, that also includes Alfie. Alfie can still get promoted. He can go up the way to Colonel. But it's only tied to him getting, like, you need more members. That's how he gets promoted. So, you know, if you want to, like, be, like, Alfie's buddy, you can always recruit members. That's how it works. Because, you know, he wants that thick promotion. That big promotion. So, yes, we are the 4th company. We are anime and game inspired. We take stuff from the Japanese self-defense force, but overall, we mostly deal with. We're still an anime inspired group. Now, let me talk a little bit about recruitment. So, when it comes to us, I usually state that we're anime first and military second because that's what we really are, right? Because we're inspired by the anime itself. So both manga and anime we take heavily from. I specifically go for the manga. So if you guys want to read that or look at that, then you can. Because obviously the anime is like stopped right now, season 2, so it's gonna be lost when that comes out. Does anyone here have not seen the anime or the manga or whatever? No? Everyone here? Mr. Roll, go watch it.
I know a little bit of the manga that you showed me last
Imagine
time.
not
Yeah.
watching the gate. The
Imagine
gate
not
was-
watching it. The fucking virgin Rodex over here, not the child droner. I don't know why I'm
My
picking
mommy not allowing me to watch it.
I was streaming it for a while in here.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
streaming for like months.
I'm just kidding. Oh yeah, should
Yeah.
be.
Maybe we should have a movie night or something, or we could go get on a call together and read the manga all together,
That's-
just to know it.
That sounds like a good and gay idea.
That sounds like a good solo idea. Solo moment right there. Very poggers. Get your fat ass up,
Yeah.
Mr. Rolades.
I got shot.
You got shot. You think that we give Droner real bullets? Those are wax bullets.
Huh?
Oh, that's why I'm still
Those are
alive.
wax.
They still hurt.
Can I eat
Spare
them?
real
Wait, I'm just
bullets.
quickly pulling them out of my hat.
I have
Stab your
real
ass.
spare
They don't taste
bullets somewhere.
They're wax, you dumbass.
I could get some.
Anyway, attention. So, when it comes to a lot of the stuff, obviously, you know, with a lot of the models especially, right now we're doing a lot of things to change. In the actual anime and manga, I just realized this. I don't know how the fuck I was blind to this. Most of them don't have holsters on their off-duty, but I'm doing it anyway because it gives you guys a gesture weapon. So, I'm keeping it regardless. I took your gun. I took your gun, Droner. Sucks to suck, Droner. Second one officer. Okay. Anyway, so when it comes to our, like, say, recruitment tactics, obviously we'll have a recruitment table avatar. So, let's say anyone wants to cosplay as a fucking table, you can do that. I have no problem. You would, but that's an option. I'm gonna have that up for people. So we're not gonna have the toggle system because we don't. The inventory system that, like, is only used for 2.0, not for 3.0. So I have to figure that out if we can drop tables in the first place, you know, like kind of how the INM had it. But we're probably just gonna have an actual recruitment avatar table for people to use. But when it comes to majority of recruitment, anime first, military second. Yes, we have military uniform. Yes, we'll get the occasional, like, person to, oh god, it's another waifu group. We're not waifus. We don't even have any silent models. I don't know why people assume that we're a part of the waifu community, because I think it's just because we're all grouped together in the military. That's probably the reason why. If you get anyone, by the way, that says we'll get people that have, like, are active duty, the U.S. military and armed forces, and they'll criticize our uniforms. Just realize and tell them we're anime and we're not even the U.S. Armed Forces in the first place. So, you can correct people on that. However, a lot of people will just brush it off and keep telling you, they'll just keep, like, harassing you about your uniforms. However, that's fine. It's okay. Recruitment's obviously, I mean, we can always shift. I predominantly like to go 15 minutes. Like each world, if it's not productive enough, or people are not going out doing stuff, let's have it. So, let's go over guns and what equipment that we have. If you guys would mind switching to your combat uniform. Oh, by the way, toggles do save, so if you like toggle off your gun, you might have to toggle off, yeah. The gun should be fine if you don't have toggles. So, let's go over a few things for at least the combat. So, night vision still doesn't work. I'm still fixing it. It's still broken. I don't know why. I've been working on it for like 10 hours now. So, night vision is
I could give you the uni package for thermal and night vision. I think I have the uni package for it.
Yeah, could you? I'm not sure if it's the same one, but I only need. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have thermal. I might just have it where it's just night vision.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. Hey, Droner, where you go? So obviously, actually, there's a whole new night vision. Like those are the template place orders for the goggles. It's actually one that looks a lot better. So it's gonna get changed. Night vision is gonna get changed. So I guess enjoy the cosmetic. There's stuff like gas masks you can have and everything. So you have a bayonet toggle that will be on, if I remember correctly, that should be on your left hand. So all of you guys get a good bayonet. You can stab people now. You can shoot and stab people at the same time. Yeah, just like Drone was. You can stab and shoot people. I might make it where you can like flip it around. Like you can like have the handle up and the blade down. Like kind of like a tactical FPS. On my flanks, you're trying out. You're crippled right now.
A bayonet pistol.
I can make myself crippled.
You'll never be as bold as me.
Yes, gentlemen. Yes, you all
You
need
die.
to get back in rank. Okay, so you have the bayonet. You can toggle off and on the gun on your chest for the battle rifle. So say like if you're in an RP situation where you don't want it on, you can always toggle it off and on. So if you don't want it, then you don't have to have it on. Obviously it's supposed to be in the way for a reason. So I mean, just like IRL, it's supposed to be in the way if you have it on your vest. When we get our new world, everything's gonna be world guns, so that's also the reason why. And yes, world guns, Alfie's making it where they don't despawn and unequip them, so don't worry about that. Alfie's fixing a lot of the problems. I don't know why people immediately assume world guns are shit, even though they've probably not been to a good world gun map. There's actually really good ones, so Alfie's taking his sweet time to actually make those and implement them. So essentially, where you're beginning is you're gonna get the pistol for a gesture, but anything bigger, like sniper rifles, LMGs, anything like that, will be via the actual world that he's gonna have, because there's gonna be an actual firing range, and events will have that. So that's also a big thing. MOSs also have different things. So say like if you're a marksman, you'll get camo, sunglasses, like you'll get different things. So depending on what you have, you'll have different equipment that goes with your model, right? Both toggles, but also what you have. Say like Sola. Sola looks different because Sola has medical equipment on. You know, Sola body. So that's what they have.
Yeah.
Have a little bit more of that, a little bit more of this. So,
Soon,
I'll also
Flemings,
say-
we will also have good shit.
So when it comes also to like say if you're both in a specialization but also an MOS, you can pick what you want on. So say like if Rodix, if you have, say like you're both in military police but also say a medic, right? Then you can pick which one you want on your actual on both your off duty and also your combat. So the only difference when it comes to Droner and Sola, predominantly they will have what their patch is, because they're a unit officer. So Droner will always have war planning, so will always have medical, so that's what they'll always have. So if you're a unit officer, you'll just have that one patch on you. But if you're not, you can have a selection of what it is. Now, let me show you the one that I'm still working on, because this looks like a TV screen. This looks like a TV screen, doesn't it? So,
Oh.
Yes, screen door.
I'm using RealTune, so I'm actually RealTune. The issue is that the models uniforms are too dark with a lot of the worlds, because Poyomi is more integrated, so I'm gonna be changing to Poyomi Pro, so that's where you'll be using for the next models. The recruitment model will have that just because it's Atlas, and I don't have to like go through a bunch of them. But so when it comes to the formal uniform, senior enlisted and above will get this. So if you're a sergeant and above, you'll get a formal uniform. This is for like if we're at ally events and we're just there to like show look good, or we can also wear these during recruitments. So say like if you're you can either wear off duty or formal during recruitments, right? Because they look much nicer in the combat. So when it comes to these, you can have up to 2 medals. So say like when you start giving out medals, start doing that, you can have up to 2 medals, right? So that could be instead of like ribbons and bars and like that, we don't do that. I don't know why. Droid made it too much like a fucking Korean general, so I'm not doing that. Yeah, up to 2 medals. I might make it up to 3 medals, and it's obviously going to be on your breast pocket, but it's going to look a little bit more formal, a little bit more nice. Same thing with the shoulder boards. You can see it's a little bit janky because I'm in like desktop, and I have to make them a little bit look better so they don't click into each other. But you'll get your rank visible on the shoulder, actually on the shoulder boards. So that's kind of how it is. Let's see. But the good thing though is, Dreader, have you ever seen a tucked-in silent model shirt? I don't think I've ever seen a tucked-in shirt. I think that's the first time that there's been a silent model.
I might have.
Oh, also, here's the DI, so they'll have a camping hat.
Look like a camping
the drill
ranger.
instructor.
Oh,
yes,
no.
yeah, so Dreader, you want to be a drill instructor? You're good at yelling and being the man.
Being an asshole, hell yeah.
And being an asshole, you know.
Drummer the
so-
asshole, can he yell at you?
Dreader the asshole, whoa! Okay,
Bro.
so,
Okay.
anyway, moving on. So when it comes to a lot of
Yeah.
uniforms and a lot of things, there's going to be like toggle systems a lot for everything. Everything's still getting optimized, but that's kind of how it works. When it comes to say like camo, there's obviously going to be a toggle for camo. When you like say so the camo change, you'll be getting for I think it was like 15 yen. If you get that much, you can actually have a different camo choice, and that'll also be a toggle that you can also have. Winter camo will also be a thing when we get like into winter time. So starting October is when I'll be hinting at winter, and you'll get a winter variation. And I'm gonna have it where you can turn off like breathing, like the smug breathing, if like that like irritates the fuck out of you, as a reason. Because I know people get upset from that, but that's just kind of how it is. So different colors though. So say when it comes to winter, you'll have the option to purchase both like camo. So say like if we're on a winter map, you can always use winter camo. During the summertime like map, you can always wear summer camo. So I'm doing this for a reason, so you can actually have like options. So say like if we're in a winter map and we're using this like camo scheme. Fucking ugly. Yeah, that's a little disgusting. So I'm not gonna do that. So there's gonna be options for you to do that. So say like if we're summertime and we don't have the winter camo, you will always have the option to sort of buy the winter camo. So that's all. If it's not the season, you can always. It'll be like switching back and forth. You can always buy the winter. You can always buy the summertime, regardless. So the default will be this color for the camo. So that's always going to be a thing. All right. Anyone have any questions with models or anything like that?
No, sir.
I have no questions.
No. Okay. I understand that like the models are they're not like you have the Chad IWA and then you have us. But at least with us, we're 3.0. So we actually can have toggles. We don't have to have like 6 uniforms for like all different camo schemes just for one thing. So that's nice for us. Okay. So since we have 15 minutes left, let's see who messaged. Oh, Chicago. Oh, he was sleeping. Well, why are you coming back?
Oh.
Why are you? Chicago.
Wow. Chicago.
Wow, I'm gonna put a report down. I'm gonna send the military police after him. I'm gonna go slap him. Okay. So, with that being said, we have 14 minutes left. We can't really do anything else. I mean, usually if it got out early, Actually, let's talk about the guns. So, can anyone tell me what the pistol is? Just just a straight shot. Anyone? Any guesses? Any takers? Nope.
PTS.
Yes.
The SIG 2000. The SIG P222.
The pronunciation, the pronunciation's pretty bad. It's called the SIG P220. I just call it that way because it's just an easier way. So the SIG P220 is what we use. That's predominantly the weapon.
SIG, yeah.
Yeah, no. That's predominantly the weapon that we use. Obviously, that's the only weapon that you're going to be learning information on. I still have to put a whole thing down for weapon handling. Actually, you have that, then you have the other weapons. So say if you're support, you're going to use the yes. Stop poking his boner. That knife away. Flix, you're always strapped to that fucking bayonet out. Put that away. So stash that.
Oh, is that what you're referring to as the boner?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're right now stabbing Rodix with your boner. There you go. I'm just gonna refer to that the boner now. I don't know why, but I'm just gonna refer to that as that. Okay. So there's gonna be two weapons that you're gonna be learning: is the battle rifle that we use and the pistol, right? So if you want to learn anything else, say if you're support, the LMG is gonna be your friend. If you're a sniper, there's two weapons. There's gonna be the M82 Barrett. That's gonna be one of them. The other one, I forgot the weapon. It's a weapon system, but it's also bolt action that they'll also be using. Bombardiers will be. Bombardiers are not released yet. There will be released, but so far the problem is that we don't have enough people to even have all that. So Bombardiers is not open, but they will have the Panzerfaust 3. So all the MOS units will have their own thing, right? Now, does anyone want to take a crack at the battle rifle that we use? It's typing the name. I'll give you that at least. No guesses? No one wants to throw shit at the ball. Okay. It's called the Hoa Type 64. So there's two ones that right now the modern Japanese self-defense force use the Hoa Type 89, but since we're using a lot of free old school stock shit, storage items, reserve items, we use the Hoa Type 64. So it ejects at the top. It's pretty cool because actually you eject bullets out the top. So you probably there's a reason why we wear gloves, so you won't get hot burning casings on your hands. It's gonna still get in your arms, because your arms are exposed. But at least you don't get on your hands, your poor brittle hands. Besides Droner's, Droner's gotta get his gauntlet arm. I just haven't put that on his Chad gauntlet arm. So when it comes to a lot of the shit, we have the two weapons. So for support, they use the M249 light machine gun, as well as for them. So they use other weapons in the anime, but since a lot of them are more rare weapons that don't have models for them, we're using the M249 platform. Because at least that's something. I know Alfie loves that because he has an airsoft gun just for that. And he loves it to dear to God. If you shout on his M249, he'll rain hell on you. I'm not joking. So those are two weapons. Obviously, more information will come from that. So those are the predominantly two weapons you're going to need to know. Is the Hoa Type 64 and the SIG P220. Those are the only two weapons they need to know. Obviously, the bayonet. Actually, not gonna lie, we use surplus M1 Grand bayonets. So that's the bayonet that we're using with our weapons. So, and that also attaches to the. So the Hoa has two things. It has the bipod, but it also has a bayonet lug attachment. So you can be a Chad and put a bayonet lug on that. Which I might give you the option to have, maybe a toggle where you can toggle the bayonet on and off on the Hoa, and you can use that as a melee weapon if you want, instead of the bayonet being the weapon of choice. But I love to see Droner with a fucking bayonet on the end of his rifle and start using it, going to town on people. That's what I want to see. Start ramming it. But that should be it. Obviously, there's 9 minutes till left. Everyone will be here. Will be getting their pay as well as their merits. So, besides Drunner and Sully, because you know they're NCOs, so special boys. Now, yeah, for YouTube, you'll be getting your merits. Same thing with your pay. So, good on you. You actually get paid. Congratulations, you're humans. If you ever get peacekeepers, I'm
Finally
gonna
getting
say,
paid.
finally, I'm getting work. Even though Rodix, I'm taking that back. You're gonna get a rock, a small rock, not even a big rock.
Use the rock to steal the other person's
Congratulations.
money.
That's Flenix. Then beat him. Then he's crippled. He can't. He doesn't. He's too crippled. Okay, so.
Those money.
I don't have a slow demon. I have to change up my goddamn model again. You know what? I'm gonna use this model. I'm gonna use military police. Wait, I do have this. Okay, so. And they've been off there for the time being. I have to crap it. Yes, Flanks, take your time. Flank. There you go, Flanks. Okay, there you go. Alright. I'll do it again. You know, I'm good. Okay. So, with that being said, everyone can have a good day at ease. So, I'll also be having a recruitment later today, so if you guys want to show up for that and you're getting a little extra, more money and more merits, then that will also be a thing. Also, Droner's gonna probably like OD on his bed and smashes.
And I got an RP thing tonight.
Right. But if anyone else, you know, it's always good, you know, the members, you know, the big boys. So, anyway. Yes. Stab Soul. Soul's a medic, they can heal back. Okay.
Not if I do this stab this myself.
I'm gonna make the character sheet tonight, I guess, and I'm gonna sleep.
Right, okay.
Jonah should
Just
stab
give me
me
because
so I can
also
claim the life insurance.
once disability. Jonah, what I'm gonna
And I'm
do
the
is
only
like if you get
fan.
that to me, then I'll start making a category for everything where people can submit and then can post shit. So I'll do
Okay.
that
Mhm.
and get all that.
And on this, and the bun bun.
And the bun.
Alfie's bun bun.
Please don't say that ever again. Fucking hold the crippled man hostage. Come on. Are you Sam Fisher with your
Wait.
goggles? Oh my God!
Help, he's evil.
Alright, buddy, put it up.
No, you put that down. Put that thing down. He can't use his arms, Drunner. Now you two fight now.
I mean, even get Rodix. Come on. Put it up, neighbor.
Really offensive guy. You're supposed to go fight. Actually, hold on. Let me take a picture of that. You know what I mean?
I have a shield. You can't fight me.
That's not a shield.
It's strange looking shield.
That's a. Oh, that's
Now
a
it is.
shit. That's not.
Shield?
Hold on. Shibu.
That's a shield.
Fuck, I dropped that.
I don't know. If
You're
that-
still missing a letter.
And
What?
booba.
Melons.
Nobody asked you.
Want some melon? You're gonna get cut a slice
But
for
yeah.
you.
Tip fat.
I was referring to the German word. It doesn't have an E in the end.
There is no E at the end.
E.
E.
A sport.
I'm gonna erase myself.
I was about to say that. Now,
You know what?
Rubbing
I'm gonna
yourself?
become a slime girl today.
So you are
yeah,
the
I
reason
can-
why I can't
Oh!
post these on YouTube.
It's ineffective. Attack's
Stop it,
ineffective.
he's enjoying that. He is enjoying
He's
that.
enjoying. Oh.
Resting back up.
Alright, well, you know, I think I had enough
My
of
head is
this.
stuck.
You guys.
Fuck!
So this
Door's
video
stuck!
has been
Door's stuck!
this video has become tagged for sexuality.
Cock
Demonetization imminent.
Cock and ball torture. CBT.
See.
Yeah, okay, now I'm leaving. I'm good. You guys have a good day. You guys.
Uh,